Hey, it's Mark Lind here with your video thought for the day. Okay, don't tell anybody. But yeah, I'm in my closet. I've got to find something to wear, and this is where I go to put on clothes and find what I'm going to wear. And it brings me to my video thought for the day because this week has been a week where I've looked at various women in the Bible. And today I want to look and contrast two different women in the Bible. So it's like a two-for day. And I'm doing it in my closet because here's the thing. Our name is not just a label, but it's our reputation. You can talk about people who have a good name and a bad name. It's something we wear. And that was even truer back in biblical times when if someone's name did not fit their character and fit who they were, the name would get changed. But when one of our daughters was giving birth to twin girls, she wanted to give those twin girls some biblical names. And so she had to go through that process of trying to figure out what are the Bible names that we would give these girls, knowing that in some way that hopefully would be a calling in their lives, something for them to better pursue, if you will. And so the first of the twins to be born, she named Lydia. Now, Lydia was an amazing woman in the New Testament, and amazing on a number of different fronts. For one, she was a merchant. She was a businesswoman. She was in a time that was a male-dominated society. She was out there making her own way as a seller of fine cloth and other things. And so she was a remarkable woman. And Paul, through Lydia, actually helped start a church. Lydia was one of the starts of a church plant that he did. And I love that name. I love the idea of someone who loves God, of someone who is industrious, of someone who uses their skills and their talents and their gifts to try and not only make a better life for them and those they love, but for the kingdom of God. And that's what Lydia did. What a powerful name and what a powerful testimony. And Lydia, an appropriate name for people to give to their children. And I'm not just saying that because one of my granddaughters has that name. But I do want to contrast it to another name in the Bible. Because I've met Lydias before. Heavens, our daughters are named after biblical people. We've got Rebecca, we've got Sarah, we've got Rachel, we've got Elizabeth Grace. And I mean, I'm into this, but I've never met any parents who named their daughter Jezebel. Jezebel is not a good name to put on. Jezebel is, she was a wicked woman. She was a murderess. She'd have people killed if they got in her way. She was the queen of Israel with King Ahab, and she drove her husband to do wicked things. And they were just a bad pair. And ultimately, God prophesied through the prophet Elijah that she would meet her doom. And I mean, she did. She fell from the city walls and was food for the wild dogs. And I mean, it was not a pretty end. Who wants to name their child that? Nobody. Well, I say this because I have a name, not just my name, Mark, not just my name, Lanier, but my name reflects on me and it reflects on my family. But I also wear the name Christian. And that needs to be something that is some of the finest clothing I could ever put on. And when people see me, they will associate me with that name Christian. And I don't want that to be a sour association. I want it to be one that is winsome, that evokes love. I want people to say, yeah, he's different. He cares about people genuinely. I want people to say he doesn't talk about people behind their back. I want people to say he's kind. I want people to say he stands up for what's right. All of those things are the traits that I want to be associated with that name and with my name. So I want you thinking about this weekend. It's what I'm going to be thinking about is what name do I earn each day, and what name do I wear? And with that being your video thought for the day, you'll have to excuse me because I got to finish getting dressed. I'll see you Monday.